it's Monday night. I tap that, you know I would. Great cigar, great talk, yeah, it's all good. From the lounge to the show, let's spark up the night. Cigar talk, burn slow, everything's right. Legends and makers, they stop on by, sharing the secrets, the craft, the why. From the rollers to the blenders, they tell their tales. Pair it up with spirits, let the smoothness sail. Wrapper, binder, alright. Flavor notes hit just right. Retro hail, take it slow. Only I tap that cigar show. I tap that, you know I would. Great cigars, great talk, yeah, it's all good. From the lounge to the show, let's spark up the night. Cigar talk, burn slow, everything's right. So cut it, toast it, take that draw. Kick back, relax, break out the humidor. If you love cigars, well now you know. It's the I Tap That Cigar Show.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the I Tap That Cigar Show. Joining me, as always, Kerr Viajante, Stogie Road Cigars. We got Cigar Clown Joe from the Cigar Clowns here waiting on Ray. Ray's racing home as fast as he can.
Ray.
What's going on, guys?
Living the dream, man. How you guys doing? It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Definitely living the dream, and I need a new cigar. I've been Ray, do you ever? I mean, you guys, you smoke? I'm sure a lot of cigars other than your own, right?
That is correct. I do.
I tell you, we got our new 10th anniversary cigar in. I've had it in for a little bit now, so we just started selling them. And I've been smoking a lot of them. I've smoked well over 100 so far.
Just
and,
a few. Just a few.
I found myself like this morning going to light one up, and I'm like, I don't want to smoke one. I'm so bored of that. I'm so bored of it. It's just like the same cigar, you know. And it's just like I just need something, you know. And it's I just need something different.
You need to change the palette a little bit, a little reset.
You do.
You bust my balls, Kevin.
As much as I busted your balls back in the day for you smoking all your own cigars.
Yes. And now look at you.
Well, the problem is when you blend a cigar, you're blending it to your palate. So why grab anything else when you have something so finely tuned to yourself?
Yeah.
You know, that's what you like. Let's be honest, though. But yeah.
That's it, you know. But I found I just needed more spice this morning. You know, for our 10th, I tried to, you know how it is. I mean, you blend it for your palate, but you also, I'm like, there might be some people that like a little spicier, maybe not, you know, or whatever you're going after. If you guys are, you know, producing a Connecticut or something milder, you know, just whatever. So I just
Kevin came to visit me the first time. It's the first time he came to visit me. First time, and we were doing a show together, and we're sitting there, and he's off to my left, and I'm sitting there, and I used to have this old cabinet, and my cigars used to have a cedar sleeve on it. And I take the cedar sleeve off, and I put it up on the shelf. And Kevin's talking to me, and he's just like, Kerr, so I went, holy shit! How much cigars? He just started riding. His eye caught all those cedar sleeves, and he started riding my ass on how many cigars I smoked. You know how much money you smoked up there, Kerr?
I know. I mean, I'm at the point now to where I should probably raise the price of the cigars up a quarter, just for the amount. I mean, not a quarter, but like 25 cents a piece, just for the amount that. Yeah, I don't want to say 25%. You know, of the total price, but yeah. So
I understand that. See, that's the beauty of having a partnership, is we have to pay for our cigars. So you can smoke as many as you want, but you're paying wholesale price. So it is what it is. So
it's that wacky in your head, right? Like, I would smoke a cigar anyway, and instead of paying $10, now I'm paying it, and then you kind of, and then you almost become very delusional.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Saka, Steve Saka pays for his own cigars. Cindy keeps track of what he smokes. Unless he's at the factory, then he's allowed to smoke, as much as he wants, no charge. So, yeah, I remember the first time I had to ask Cindy that. I'm like, does he really pay for his own cigars? Yeah. Writes a check out of his, our personal bank account, and then, who you got behind you? Is that a dog? What was the,
that could be, it could be my dog. It could be my dog. I have a crazy Belgian Malinois. And
crazy Joe DeBola.
Look who showed up.
What's up?
Look who showed up.
New York traffic is a bitch, bro, on a Monday. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying he got changed. I'm just saying that he didn't go to work like that. He put on his outfit.
All I did differently in the attire that I am wearing currently is I put the hoodie on. That is it. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm going to prove you. Hold on, Kevin. I apologize, guys.
Yeah,
we got to straighten things out. I still got my work boots on and my jeans, guy. So you know what? Kick rocks, bro.
I thought he worked for the Knicks, so that was
Let's go Knicks.
By the way, their success.
Who's it was one of the questions. So we're going to start the show off with a bunch of New York questions. I reached out to some of my New York friends, real New York friends, and not them fake New York. God, I hate them fake fucking New Yorkers. I had one in my shop yesterday, and it was just. You can tell like the flat hat, but it was on sideways a little bit, and he's got like the swagger, and it's just just like fuck. I just wanted to punch him, And one of these guys driving a Land Rover with this girl, and then he couldn't afford a tire. He had steel hanging out of it, Then he's like, well, I got my uncle in the Bronx. He has a place, and I'm like, oh, that's a wise investment. Just drive it up north. Drive your car up north. Have him mail you a tire. That'll save. Just park this for a week. Let him mail you a tire, and then just save some fucking money.
Did you have a guy? You didn't have a guy?
His guy was his uncle in the Bronx.
He's got a guy.
He's got a guy.
I love this brand right now, bro.
They had to scope out a few cars to make sure the tires were good.
Yeah. Me and Chris Monaco. You guys know Chris Monaco? Yeah. So from Amendola Cigars used to be Amendola Cigars, but Chris is from.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Whenever we get together, we always turn into a fucking rant about these fake New Yorkers, and I got a guy. If I hear that one more fucking time, I got a guy.
Let's just say, Kevin, like one of those tires fall off a truck. What would it cost me then?
I don't know. I'm sure it happens, and
it happens.
But it's these punks that I've never been to the Bronx. I don't know. But I have a feeling like if you drop this kid in the Bronx, he'd be stabbed in the neck in like 30 fucking minutes. Like he'd call his uncle crying. You need to come get me. So I don't.
That happens to guys that talk a lot.
That's it. Sports. Which New York sports team fan talks the most trash?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Overall, it's probably Islanders.
I think Yankee fans talk the most shit.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of as the newer generations come in. Yeah, now when the newer generations come in, I always felt growing up it was the Yankees. I mean, I am a Yankee fan. I feel like we talk the most shit when it comes to any team. Doesn't matter, rivalry, Boston, the crosstown rival, the Mets. Yeah, I don't.
When the
Mets got nothing
winning,
to say because they're the worst team in basketball. Yeah, but it's a good question because it could go in so many different directions. Fuck, man.
It's not
a lot of people shit on Ranger fans. No, a lot of people shit on Ranger fans for talking shit, and I would say it would be a toss-up between the Rangers and the Yankees. That would be my two. And I'm a fan of both.
That would be my guess. Rangers and Yankees. Ranger fans are.
Yeah, I'd say I'm a Yankees fan as well. I grew up as a Yankee. I'm from Ohio, but
you're raised right. It's okay, Kevin.
So I had the Indians, or but my cousin was always was a Yankees fan.
Guardians,
and so it was. So I'm like, all right. So I was a Yankees fan through my whole. I like the pinstripes. So Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. I don't like his new fucking uniform.
Donnie Baseball, let's go.
Fucking cigar Coop. I love William Cooper, but that comment, oh, he's in some real pinstripes now. You can go fuck yourself. So that was I love you, Coop, but yeah.
That's I don't have enough baseball love to be offended one way or the other.
Yeah. Okay.
Don Mattingly was clutch back in the day. He was clutch. Triples, doubles.
He was my Paul O'Neill.
Yeah.
Paul O'Neill was clutch, bro. Those same category of guys. Jorge Posada was clutch. Those guys were clutch. You needed those guys in your team in a big moment. Tino Martinez is probably still to this day my favorite Yankee ever. I love Tino Martinez. When they got Tino Martinez as a leader, as a guy you needed in a tight spot to step up in the moment, he was the guy who played first base, which was when I played in the street. I played first base. A couple little. You need those dogs, bro. You need those guys who are going to be, Captain Clutch. And you, Kevin, too. We've had the pleasure of seeing that for 20 plus years. The 98 Yankees are probably the greatest baseball team ever, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
Don Mattingly had the best, appearance on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Save those sideburns, Mattingly, you hippie.
I forgot about that.
Same here. Yeah, shave them sideburns. I love it. So we'll start off with my New York. How did Mom Donnie win? How the fuck did that happen? I look at you guys. How the fuck did he win?
Not my neighborhood.
I mean, yeah. They're not well, maybe the state. No, maybe not. Listen, it's a blue state, bro. It's a very blue state. The city controls most of the electoral votes, man. The city it's all over the city, man. There's only a couple areas in the city that are Staten Island, all red. Parts of Brooklyn, Long Island, red. Like there's a lot of red, but it's just
you hate to talk politics, but the guy is a politician, and he promised the kids all this shit he couldn't do. And these young people believe it, and he could talk very smooth, and he was hitting on all the points that these kids want. Free education, free buses, free this, free that, lower the rents. I'm going to freeze the rents. So he was just hitting and hammering the talking points. And, he had a lot of people believing in him. Can he do any of that? No. Is it proving all he's doing is he's trying to raise taxes, can't even do all the tax raising he wants to do. I mean, and he's pissing people off, and people are leaving more. It sucks.
I've said it a couple. Yeah, I've said it a couple of times. It's like the born and bred New Yorkers like myself and Joe. They're making it a lot harder to live here financially. It's for people who are coming here who are working in Manhattan and even just pushing out into the boroughs. It's with the tolls, the congestion pricing. This, your sister's ass, all these other things, the MTA, it makes it harder for people who are, bike lanes. They ruined everything.
There's nobody on the bike lanes. There's nobody on the bike lanes. They got bike lanes everywhere. It's fucking crazy. Only people on there is Amazon deliveries. It's like they funneled enough money in to get everybody. Oh, we need bike lanes now. Amazon's driving the electric scooters through them with a trailer behind them, killing people.
I just saw that, the little scooters like a couple weeks ago. I didn't know that was a thing. Then I saw them, and then I read the people there running fucking people over, and
it's bad, man. It's bad.
Yeah, it's insane. Then I was just watching a video earlier today, and it was on like you mentioned the rent freezes, and like in the videos, it's like there's 150,000 apartments in New York that are under $1,500 a month because of the rents, the rent stabilization. And they're saying that there's so many that are off the market because they can't, when someone moves out, they were grandfathered in. I guess they didn't have to fix up the apartment, brings them up to code. But if someone dies and moves in, it can be up to $100,000 to renovate an apartment, but you can't charge more rent. That's the way the price is. It goes, they were talking to a couple of people that own apartments, like it's just cheaper for us to keep them off the market. We just won't rent them. And I'm like,
crazy.
What?
It's crazy.
That's absolutely insane. I didn't know that was a thing. Like someone die, you can't raise the rent. So
wow.
Listen, and there are a lot of bad landlords out there too. So I don't want to, not everybody's, but yeah, it's crazy, man. It really is. They had these rent stabilized apartments years and years ago when New York City was crumbling, right? New York City in the 70s and 80s, it was burning down. My father in 1983 closed the store. We do cemetery monuments. He closed the store. A bullet went whizzing over his head and hit the sign. And he closed the store. He went home. He said, "I'm done. I want to leave this city." And my mother was like, "No, Frank, you got the business, this and that." And he stood. But it was bad, man. Every other building was burning down. You were able to buy a 3-story brownstone in Park Slope, for like $10,000. And the reason was nobody wanted to heat the thing. Because how much oil heat you needed to do it. It was just terrible, man. Terrible
or
times.
coal.
And then
if they never transitioned to oil, it's coal.
Yeah, but then the city came roaring back.
Yeah, man.
City came roaring back. The 90s, man, when we were growing up, late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, the New York City was the best. You couldn't beat it.
We could say, honestly speaking, going through that transition from like the 70s when our parents were kind of like in their heyday, doing that thing, it fucking sucked here, dude. Crime was high. It was bad to be here. You didn't want to be in New York in the, 70s, early 80s, especially when I was born in the early 80s. But like Joe said, man, in the 90s here, man, I wouldn't pick you. You could tell me I'll go anywhere in the world and it'd be the same. No, my childhood here, growing up in this city, was the best. Now you're looking for every reason to fucking leave, but obviously, it's like the moment I get out, it pulls me back in. It's the truth, because it's like your livelihood is here, right? Your family's here, right? It's kind of at this point to uproot and leave would be great, but we're surviving. Do what we got to do over here.
Yeah, that was growing up. I was born in '77, but so when I was really growing up, teenager in the '90s, like New York was like Yo MTV Raps is where hip hop started, everything New York. And it's like, that's the coolest place to live, is New York, what Miami like it is now. Like, Miami when I was growing up, like that was a sketchy fucking place.
Well, you got to understand too, we also had the club scene here before Bloomberg shut everything down. Everybody wanted to come here and party, man. There were clubs everywhere in the city. We would go out one weekend, we'd be in Jersey by the shore. One weekend we'd be in the city. We'd be at places in Long Island or in the boroughs locally. The club scene here was probably one of the best in the world until they kind of shut down. Everybody copied the New York club scene, the mega clubs out here, and tried to bring it out to California. They tried to bring it overseas. They tried to bring it down to Florida, which a lot of these companies were successful in doing. But it all resonated. It started in Chicago. The house movement started in Chicago, but New York perfected it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
being a house party, being from that generation.
Oh, for sure. And I think Miami's done. I think they did a pretty good job. Now they've. They've morphed more into the Latin, scene now.
Which they should.
Yeah, that's it. They've embraced their roots, and now now it's Latin, and that's the place. That's the place to be in Florida right now, Miami, man. It's definitely hopping down there. That's why Jonathan Drew. That's why he's got his place down there, and he'll never leave Miami. He loves that place.
Sure.
Yeah. So, what's a misconception about New York that people get wrong all the time?
A lot of things. There's a long list. I'd say people think that way. We're just we're nasty assholes, scumbags, scum of the earth type of people, and the way we present ourselves or we talk, or we don't care about other people, and we're rah rah rah, let's move and get out of my way. It's not like that at all, man. That's a big common misconception. There are plenty of people I know that I've run into that I would help in a heartbeat, or tell them, have a nice day, and how are you, how you doing, how's it going? That's the childhood. That's how we were raised. That's how we were brought up, right? Growing up in the boroughs. Maybe other people, they run into New Yorkers are just angry New Yorkers, but at the end of the day, man, it's even like during 9/11. you know, the people have this misconception about New York, the New York guy, but you know, everybody came together. Doesn't matter who you were, where you were. You know, that was that New York strong that was running over here for a long period of time. Still runs today, but you know, we're not. I think another common misconception too is we're not cocky. We come off as being cocky, like we know everything. We're just confident. It's just built in us from a young age, man. Joe can tell you that. We just have the confidence about us. We tell you how it is, tell you how to get there. We give you the map. We make sure that you're comfortable when you sit down and you got everything you need. That's just who we are. You know what I mean? That's just who we are. It's a little bit rough around the edges sometimes if you're not used to that type of flow, but that's just who we are. That's how we're built.
I would say common misconception is New York has the best food. I don't think it has the best food anymore. I think all the best chefs left. That's me.
I do hear that. You know, I you know, when I follow news blogs, and it used to be, you know, New York this, Michelin star this, and this, and it's and it's not that way anymore, you know, and a lot of them went over, you know, overseas, you know, Dubai attracted a lot of chefs, and you know, and then it's Chicago, and then it's the Midwest, you know, it'd be nothing for a Michelin star chef to open up a place in Detroit or Columbus, Ohio, or Kansas City, and you know, Dallas,
Austin, Texas, you know,
you know, Vegas, you know, Vegas attracted a lot of them for a while. Now Vegas is like a shithole place, you know, it's not even fun anymore, you know, but yeah, you know, it's and before I got, you know, with Jessica, I mean, I thought New Yorkers were, I mean, I didn't have like a negative, you know, impression of New Yorkers. And it was just like rough around the edges, like you said. And then, you know, getting to know her and her parents. And it's like, ooh, these people are fucking insane. You know, always fucking yelling at each other all the time, you know, and never, you know, that's what it was, you know, at the end, you know, and then you sit down for dinner, and then it's all, you know, it's all love and everything good, and you know, hanging out with Chris Monaco as well, and him and Steph, and it was just it's amazing like once you're like in with, you know, like those people, like your family. And it's just like, you know, I go down, and it's like whatever, when they say, hey, whatever you need, just call. I mean, that's just not something like, there's a lot of times you say that, hey, if you need something, just give me a call. And it's like, I hope you don't need anything, because I really don't call. But those like, but I mean, Chris will find out I need something, and then he calls me pissed off. What the fuck didn't you call me? You know, it's like, you know, and
you get offended, bro. We get offended.
You do.
We get offended. It's the truth, because you know what? At the end of the day, maybe it's not something in that moment that you need, but maybe it's something small that you're like, no, maybe this is that, and you're like, I'm not going to bother that person. But at the end of the day, we can help you out with that. If we find it disrespectful that we told you we're there for you, we need something. Tell me. I'm offering my help. Let me help you. But anyway, at the end, you need me to make a phone call for you. I'll make a phone call for you. Like whatever it is.
Yeah.
Let me help.
And it's true. You know, I absolutely love that. You talked about growing up as a you know, a kid in New York. What's the hardest lesson New York teaches a kid? When you guys were growing up, you know, what was the, you know, a hard lesson, like, you know, just being a city kid?
Somebody's gonna steal your shit if you don't fucking watch it or lock it up. Like that.
Yeah.
That's it. Your bike, your roller skates, your wiffle ball bat, your baseball, your football, that shit's gone. If you ain't watching that like a hawk, it's gone, man. It is poof. You know, if you your boys ain't watching that, somebody else needs it. Somebody wants it. That's it. It's gone quick.
And then
real quick.
Yeah. In the neighborhood that we grew up in, and if you've ever seen the movie A Bronx Tale, where what do you call it? I lost my thought. Where Sonny says, I totally forgot where I was going. Fuck. That sucks. I hate that. That sucks when you get old. You have a long day.
I know.
Shit.
That's because you
to a grinding halt.
You use the movie references. Just use your real life.
No, but it's a good movie reference, though. When he's talking to C, and he's saying he gets two educations from the street. You get an education from the street, and you get an education from the school, and then you know top of all. Then I find that to be true. learning, the fundamentals of school and stuff like that, and being out in the street all the time. And, pretty much, Joe will tell you from sun up to sundown, especially in the summertime, you were never home. You were out on the street. You knew people in the neighborhood, you knew different groups, different people. You were out. You learned a lot of things in the street. You learned, it's the best of both worlds, in my opinion, for us. So I think we, that hard knock life kind of vibe that they throw out in the New York terminology is something that a lot of us, and some people that I played ball with. I played football from a young age all the way up through college. And, kids I played with, who came from, bad neighborhoods, who grew up, single family homes, roughed out, slept at my parents' house, and the kids in the neighborhood and stuff like that. People come from rough upbringings, and, they kind of see, a different perspective in life, and it makes them thrive. And a couple of them, went to college and shit like that. It's an interesting place to live, especially like we were saying in the 90s, 90s, early 2000s. It was an interesting place to grow up, a lot of diversity. That's another thing I think is great. You're loyal too, but I think that's real quick. I think learning diversity at a young age, especially transitioning from middle school into high school, where you're kind of thrown in the loop with everyone and you make friends. And I played sports my whole life, so I was always acclimated to making friends with other people, and learning that aspect of it at an early age, I think benefits you as you get older.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I grew up, I didn't know diversity really until I become an adult. I grew up in the whitest part of Florida. I mean, you when you go in at night, I say you leave your bike on your front lawn, and you wake up in the morning, it's there. And you go to school. You go to school with like 30, 40 other kids riding their bikes, and you just lean your bike against the fence, and you go to school. And then you come back at the end of the day. Everybody's bike is still there, and you just ride home.
Wasn't like even Kevin, the mongoose outside overnight.
Yeah. So like Kevin, if like when we were younger, right, we were about the same age. If I came up to you, I really didn't know you. I was like, "Yo, let me borrow your bike." You would just give it to me? Like, let's take it for a ride. Oh man, no.
Yeah.
Gone.
See you later.
It was like I wouldn't know you. Like, who are you? Like, you want to ride my bike, and then all of a sudden we're fighting. That's
strip down the repaint cap.
That's right. I'd take your little air caps. You had the Dice air caps on there. They'd be mine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Kerr, Kerr, growing up in Pennsylvania, were you somewhere in the middle of that? Could you loan your bike out to someone?
No, I grew up in a pretty diverse neighborhood, and like the guys were saying, it was, it wasn't lily white, Pennsylvania in the woods. So there's a lot of fighting, fisticuffs, and then the next day you're still best friends. But if you left shit out, I'll never forget my brother left his bike out. Boom, it was gone. You see the freaking guy down the road riding his fucking bike, but it's painted blue now. So or my dad drives by and sees your bike or your skateboard for sale at a yard sale. So I played sports too, so the diversity has always been there, and it's
absolutely,
it's definitely that is for me, I think, the biggest life lesson that's always helped me even today. You get along with everybody.
I agree 1,000%, man. It's yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah, these kids. So kids growing up today in New York, like what's New York teaching these kids these days?
No idea. They're not on the streets. That's for sure.
Free shit.
They're playing Minecraft.
Yeah, they're
playing Minecraft.
They're playing games. Listen, I'm lucky. I'm blessed where I live. I live in New York City, but I'm like in the suburbs of New York City. So like the kids are outside playing, and they're playing basketball and all this other shit. Like my son, he's 16, and his buddies, they're building a dice table. That's their plan right now. So I did tell him, the house gets 10%, and I come collect every week. So you got to make sure the vig is there. You know what I mean? The boys, we're growing up. So my son and his kids, like his boys do, they play sports like crazy, football team, whatever. And but most of the kids in New York City, there's nobody out in the streets anymore. There's nobody out playing basketball, like
Maybe
maybe
in
in
the
the
suburbs.
parks. Yeah, but like nothing in New
No
York City.
stickball. No more stickball.
No more stickball. They don't even know what stickball is. They don't know what Skelly is. You remember Skelly, Kerr?
They don't know what Skellies.
You
No.
like you just get a
You guys
bottle
don't know
cap
Skellies?
and you put like a coin in there to weigh it down. You melt candle wax in there, and you had numbers, and you hit the numbers with it. It's
It's a
a
board.
whole, yeah.
It's a square
It's a
board.
board on the street. Yeah, a board on the
Yo,
street.
you can't even see it, but I still got scars on my knuckle from Skellies, bro. I got scars, bro. I'm not even bullshitting you. I got scars, bro. No,
Not
no
familiar
bullshit.
with that one. We just did a lot of street strikeout when you're bored with just you and your buddy. You paint a square on the wall.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And you pitch and you hit. That's about it.
Yeah, we used to call that SpongeBall.
Asses up.
SpongeBall.
Yeah, asses up.
SpongeBall.
Manhunt.
And, we used to play stoop ball because we grew up with brick steps, and you get a blue ball and you throw it on the steps, and that was like playing baseball.
Oh yeah. I would have thought. I mean, it's around that. We don't see that many kids around our neighborhood either. Like the young kids. You'll see them out playing on their bike, like the 5-year-olds and but no teenagers. Here, but like when we like go down to like Tampa or Miami or Orlando. I mean, the kids are out. I mean, the teenagers are out. I'd have figured in New York, like that's the place to be out. So I wouldn't think that they'd be in like,
You know what it is? I feel like a lot, it's a lot are in sports, a lot are in, parks, there's a lot of like, I mean, listen, there's people out, but I mean, as far as like what Joe said, like being in, playing on the block or, playing two-hand touch in the street or, playing stickball up the block in the schoolyard. Like you don't see a lot of that no more. You see people out. Yes. But teenagers are all inside. They're in their phones. Once they get the phone, that's it. It's a wrap. It's over. It's done. The end. There's no outside. There's outside sitting in the park on their phone. They're sitting outside on the swing on their phone. They're going down the slide in their phone. That's just the way life is. It's the truth. It's the way life is.
It's harder to get into a bar now too, Kev. Remember back when you 16, 17, 18, Jennifer always talks about stories about taking because she's from like Beyonce is from North Jersey, and they go in New York City. They go to New York.
Chalk the ID.
And it was like,
sure.
You get the ID, you get in, you go down there, you party, you go see some bands. Like you said, the bar scene and the freaking the different bands, some of the iconic locations in New York back in the day.
Oh yeah,
CBGBs. Yeah, CBGBs. I mean, that's what you did all weekend long, and then you come back and you go back to school. Now it's impossible to do that.
See, my weekends were opposite.
Yeah, that was Jessica. Yeah, that was Jessica, going from New Jersey to New York and with her fake ID, riding the train, and you tell me all these stories. I'm like, God damn, you were a fucking hoodlum, And,
dude, I got the 3-year boost, bro. I was born in '83. I was able to kind of get rid of that line and add the 0, and it was an 80 to 83. Perfect, bro. They looked at it like, all right, go ahead. See you later.
Oh my God, that's great. So what's next on what's one old school New York thing that is disappearing that you wish would make a resurgence?
Damn.
Unfortunately,
I'm gonna say knowing your neighbors. Knowing your neighbors. Because now in New York City, knowing the neighbors like take care of each other, know each other. They go inside the house, they close the door. That's it. And that has to do with the influx of different people moving in. So it's not really neighborhoods anymore. So what I mean, know your neighbors, like your neighbor, like neighborhoods are gone. So
you knew everybody in the block, bro. You knew everybody. You knew 90% of your block. 90%.
Yeah, you knew the whole
and maybe the block around the block. Yeah, you knew everybody. Now,
everybody looked out for everybody.
For me, I feel like I've said this before, man. I feel like me and Joe are a dying breed. The born and bred family lineage of New Yorkers that have the hardcore old school New York Italian Brooklyn accent it's disappeared, man. We're not people move away. Yeah, man. You don't hear a lot of this now. And I mean, you see it on the internet, but it's not. Like Joe just said, the neighborhoods are changing. So everybody, who passed away, who moved, who left, who's here, who's that. There's not a lot of people who live here now are transplanted to New York. They might have been here for 20 years, but they're not born and raised here. We're born and raised here. There's not a lot of this anymore. You don't hear it a lot.
I gotta tell you, you're not even proud to say you're from New York anymore. People are like, oh, where you from?
true,
Hey,
bro.
yeah, I'm from New York City. Back in the day, like, oh, you're from New York, where you know. Now it's like New York, like, damn, bro, you still live in New York? You're all right, you know.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure, whatever's going on.
You
Yeah,
got
it's the truth. That's true.
bots or
It's true.
something. Like, why are you
It's
living in New
true.
York? I'm tired. I'm tied down over here. What do you want me to tell you?
But I was playing the home game, and it's bots is crazy in Italian. In case anybody
Oh,
wants.
Yeah. It was yeah, I growing up as a kid, I'm sure Kerry, you're the same way. I mean, we knew everyone. Our parents knew everyone, and it was within like a mile radius. Like, it just there were so many homes that you knew you could go to, if you were in trouble or you needed something or whatever it was, you just and it's the kids definitely, my kids, like say you let them out on the street and it's just like they wouldn't go to the end of the driveway. Like if you just told me, hey, go walk around the block. Wait, what? How would I find my way home? But you just do a circle. Well, let me put it on my phone and let me find my way home. It's we'd be I don't know, like a Saturday morning, 10 miles from the house, out in the middle of the woods or something else, not even knowing where we were. Like like, how the hell do we get out of here? Like, I don't know. They just figure it out.
As long as you didn't break something, you were all right when you got home.
That's it.
You didn't break an arm or fucking,
or break someone else's something. Because if you ever got in trouble, they didn't have the internet back then. But by the time you got home, for some reason, mom and dad found out. You didn't know how.
Oh yeah.
There wasn't texting back then. It was all freaking rotary phone.
That's right.
Like, how the hell did you figure out I was over on 12th Street and throwing bricks at windows again? What do you mean?
News travels fast. Fast.
Oh yeah, and there were a few, not dads, but there were a few moms that had the had the ability to beat our ass. If we fucked
My
up.
mom was one.
So it was just
You don't get anymore either, and I know family did too. But certain friends in the neighborhoods, if you fucked off in your friend's parents' house, in your friend's house, their mom would whack you.
Yeah, it's true.
Never anymore. Not anymore. Holy shit! I mean, the thing is, if you got whacked by the time you got home, you got whacked at home because Mrs. Apple told called home and said,
"You got beaten there." Yeah, you got to beat there, and then you got to beat when you got home.
Yeah, or you ran
for embarrassing.
So you didn't get beat.
For embarrassing.
You embarrassed me. Now you got to catch a double beating.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. You embarrassed me. That's what it is. Like I raised you better than that. No, you didn't. It's
not anymore, man. If you came home and be like, "Oh, such and such hit me," well, I'm gonna go down there and we kick their ass. It's like, no,
that's right.
Depends on the house. Your mom and dad probably realized you deserved it. Then you got
the next one up is this come from a question that Jessica and I she was who we were talking to the other day and telling a story. The first time I'm in a bodega, fucking everything up, and so hers was what's the proper New York bodega order, and what's a red flag that someone like me is a fucking tourist, in a bodega, that shouldn't be there.
Let's see. For me, if you're going into a place, you get a big egg and cheese all day. That's first and foremost.
Yeah,
SPK all day. Yeah, toasted. That's the order in the morning. If you're going into a proper bodega in the morning, you know what? If you wanna dabble in their coffee, I'm not a big advocate of those things. That's not for me. I'm a bougie coffee guy, so I go to my little coffee spot to get my coffee in the morning. But definitely a big egg. So if you're going there for lunch, you could do a little chopped cheese. Sometimes they got a little Philly that's pretty good.
That's Bill. I don't know what a chopped cheese is.
Chopped cheese is basically the New York version of a Philly cheesesteak. It's hamburger chopped up with cheese, lettuce, tomato, and I think onion. And I don't know if it's mayo ketchup. Is it mayo ketchup? I think it's mayo ketchup.
It might be mayo ketchup.
Yeah, it's a New York version. Some guy made it up in Harlem, and it kind of went viral, and then everybody started making it here. It's been probably hot here for about 2 years now, I would say.
No,
pretty good. You got a good place that makes it. It's pretty good. Longer than that? 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20? I don't know. I've only known it the past time.
That's a long time, bro. It's a long time.
By the way, fuck Philly. I love Philly cheesesteaks, but fuck Philly. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I would say, those bodegas are notorious for those like frozen hamburgers and fucking frozen chicken burgers and stuff. Man, I would not eat that shit. But you'd see people getting that, and they throw it in the microwave plastic and all. Like, oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Oh my god. I remember. I tried to pay with a credit card, and then like, oh, we don't take cash. I'm like, what? You don't take credit card? Just as like, shut the fuck up, yeah. Just
spit your chopped cheese, Kevin.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not a real bodega if there's no cat. If there's no cat, it's not a real bodega.
Oh, there's no cat.
That's true. Yeah, no, they have bodega cats, bro. They made that. Yeah. They're making that a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's how they get rid of the rats, bro. You got a cat in there. That's why they got them. The cats are big. They're not just like little house cats, bro. They're like monster half lions. These things that sit there they sit right on the counter, right next to the deli slicer. So when they're slicing the turkey, they give the cat a little bit, like a little payoff.
Oh my god!
That's right from the sanitation department. That the cats keep away the rats.
That's right. That's right.
It's a circle of life, man.
That's it. So I mean, that's what has New York done nothing about the rat? I mean, it's, my whole life they've been talking about the rats in New York. Is that ever going to not be a thing?
Never.
There's too many resources for them.
They make too much money off the rats. There's too many people employed by the rats. They don't exterminate anymore.
Is that what it is?
They control. They control the population. They're not exterminating. They ain't going there whacking these fucking things anymore.
Are we talking about rats? Are we talking about rats? Rats? Or are we talking about politician rats?
Yeah, we got both. We're talking about right now the animals.
I mean,
they tell me you gotta move. You gotta move down the block, rats. Let's go. Move down the block. And then,
that's right.
Yeah.
you guys don't have to go home, but you can't stay right over here. You gotta go. Down our way.
So you know what they're doing is they're taxing us to get rid of the rats. So now you have to use special. Well, first of all, you have to put your food in a regular garbage pail. That's just with no bag, like all your scrap food. We got a lot of rats. Let's put all the food in a disgusting because they want to recycle everything and create compost, which is probably a great thing, but not for everybody. It shouldn't be done on a city level, but they do it. And then so you got all your food in there. Just give the rats a fucking buffet every night. And then the rest of your garbage, you have to have these city-approved garbage bags that are not bags, bins that are, rat-proof, and people going out stealing them and selling them because they don't have no serial numbers on them. Who wants to pay $100 to sanitation when you get it for like $20 from the guy down the street? I don't know.
Hey, I'm from New York. See all the shit that goes on here? You want to say you're from New York?
I got a trash can.
What are you talking about? I mean, come on, bro. You need trash cans down. Well, you need trash cans out of Florida. I got multiple guys. What do you need? I send them down. No problem. What do you want?
My God, that's a whole new business opportunity now.
Rat-proof cans.
We scratch off the address on the side. Don't worry about it. It's a little messy, but it looks good. It's like 80%. It's not bad.
Brand new paint.
Sticker right on there.
Away.
You get a cigar sticker. Get a cigar clown sticker.
Don't mind
right over that.
Yeah, don't mind the DSNY sticker on the side of it. That's done. You can get rid of that. Well, gasoline, you rub that right off. Comes right off.
How you doing?
Always a tax. I know you guys, they keep talking about raising like this guy, your mayor threatening people. We're gonna raise our property taxes. Give us the money, or we're gonna raise. It seems like every time I turn on, you guys are like in the news lately. It's always a new fucking tax. I mean, how much can you possibly tax your residents?
Give them time.
We gotta give back. That's what it is. We gotta give back. So I'm still getting to keep like 60 cents out of every dollar. I won't accept it till it's 40 cents. Till I want maybe 39 cents. After 39 cents, you can't take any more from me. So why should I keep so much of my money?
Yeah,
fucking idiots. It's the city. It's terrible.
It's
terrible.
Yeah, it's getting. That's it. And we got on the ballot here in Florida this November to approve the going to abolish our property taxes. If you're a full-time resident, it's gone. It's like my neighbor. He's 87 years old or so. he paid for his house 40 years ago, 30 years ago, and he's always said like, like if I don't pay my taxes, they take my house. Fucking paid for, 30 years ago, but I got, it's like I'm renting my fucking house. So I don't know. There's a few states now that are, I think Ohio's looking at it. A couple states trying to follow in our footsteps, but not yet. You guys, California, it's just. I just wonder how long till they just, like I said, they just take everything you have. It's insane.
Well, listen, we all know that the banks own the American dream. Not the people who kill themselves their entire lives to get to retirement and drop dead a year later after they retire. Because I see that every day in my profession. Just lost a couple of guys recently that they basically, not even within 5 years of their retirement, they're dropping dead. They can't even enjoy themselves. You kill yourself your whole life, but the banks own the American dream, like you just said. You pay off your house for 40 years. Nice, I don't got to worry about a mortgage anymore, but I still got to pay taxes for my house. I'm still renting my house until the day I die. And you know what? At the end of the day, if I don't pay my taxes, they're going to take my house that I paid for, and now I got nothing.
Yeah.
It was the American dream. The banks of the American dream.
Kevin, what's Florida's plan to replace the taxes? Because I remember in Pennsylvania, they talked about wanting to lower it when Ed Rendell was there. Yeah, and he was wanting to lower property taxes. That's when he opened up casinos and had legalized gambling, which was supposed to be relief for property tax relief, which it did not do. What's the plan in Florida to replace those taxes?
Well, so right now it's going to be a plan that phases it in over a certain number of years. But right now it's less than 50% of Floridians that are full-time residents. So you have to be a full-time resident. It's got to be your primary residence, and then you won't pay property tax. So actually, like I said, it's less than 50% of us that live here full-time, and this is our permanent residence.
Right.
So so they're still going to be generating a lot of tax revenue for the people that have 2-3 homes and aren't permanent residents. And then we have the highest surplus, I believe, out all 50 states. We've got almost $50 billion in surplus. So they're going to take some of the surplus money we have to help out the communities for the shortfall. And then we haven't heard like the full plan yet. Obviously they're gonna have to make it up somewhere. We only have a 7% sales tax here in our county, so maybe they have to raise that up to 8%, or even 9%. A couple percent. At the end of the day, I don't care. If I got to pay an extra percentage on my sales tax to get my fucking property tax taken away,
it's fair across the board to do that.
Even if I'm paying the same, at least I'm not paying the property tax. So my house is safe. So they'll figure it out. So they got a plan, but it's got to go in front of the voters. So I don't see us voting that one down at all. So, but there's some left-wing groups out there, just like in every state, that they're trying to rip you off and this is bad, and I don't know. Luckily,
you mean the ones that leave their state bitching about how expensive it is, and they vote in the same people that fucked up the state that they just left? Yeah, that always makes a lot of sense.
They always you hear some people say, and it's New Yorkers and Californians. Oh, New Yorkers, stop coming down here. And I'm like, no, I we love New Yorkers. Like I said, they come down here, especially my business mechanic, like that. They spend money. They know what shit if it's broken, just fucking fix it. Like, what am I going to fix it myself? So for the most part, and then they always say, we just had a guy in a couple weeks ago and he goes, don't let them fuck up Florida like they did New York. And he's like, you better be fucking voting red. And I'm like, look at me. Of course I'm fucking voting red, we got a lot of New Yorkers that are coming in and schooling a lot of Floridians, like you guys, you complain that you have it bad. You don't know bad. Same thing with Californians that come out here and, especially for cigars. Like, you guys don't have fucking tax. What? We see them in the lounges. This is how much? Well, I'll take 2. It's like getting one free here in Florida.
Yeah,
so,
it's the truth. It really is.
Yeah, because you guys are. What's your tobacco tax now? I mean, it's 80%, 90%.
It's I don't know. It's 80, 85. It's something ridiculous.
Too much to talk about. That's how much it is.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. It's just too much. I know if I go to Pennsylvania, my cigars are a lot cheaper.
Or if their taxes.
You can't order them online anymore because they now you have all the shops have to pay the New York tax.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah. They don't get the small guys, obviously like anything else, it's you just don't,
You can slip a couple past the goal.
You slip a few packages. Now your cigars. Do you guys have a warehouse, or you guys don't bring them into New York? Do you?
No, we bring them into Florida. We have we do have a warehouse in Orlando, and then we have a warehouse in Jersey.
Okay.
So we bring them to Orlando, and then when we need them, we ship them up to Jersey, and that's where we do our distribution.
Okay, yeah. There's a few warehouses or a few guys I know that do New Jersey instead of New York as well. Then
we love the Garden State.
Yeah, we couldn't do business in New York. It was impossible to do business in New York, so we had to go to Jersey. So
yeah,
like the Giants and the Jets, we had to go to Jersey.
Yeah, which is just, I mean, I don't know. You rant on it all day. It's sad that it's like you gotta bring all your stuff into Jersey, not even New York. Just because of the stupid fucking taxes.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Kevin. As a lifelong die-hard bleed blue Giants fan, I love going to East Rutherford.
Yeah,
I do. It's better. Get out of the city, bro. Like, listen, I'm a diehard true blue Yankee fan too, man. And I hate going up to the Bronx, bro. It sucks to go up there to go see a game. You're driving to Jersey, yeah, you got to pay the tolls. Okay, fine. But I'm getting there at 8 o'clock in the morning for a 1 o'clock game, and I'm tailgating for 5 hours before the game. It's nice. It's beautiful. It's the swirling winds of the Meadowlands. It's I've been going there my whole life. So it's like people ask you, oh, right, you're born and raised in Brooklyn. The Nets moved to Brooklyn. You're not a Nets fan? I was like, bro, I grew up my whole life as a Knicks fan. I root for New York. I don't care who comes here. You could move the Golden State Warriors to Brooklyn, and I wouldn't be a freaking Nets fan. You could move the '96 Bulls to Brooklyn, and I wouldn't be a Nets fan or a Bulls fan. I'm a Knicks fan. That's it. End of story.
Oh my God, that's great. But yeah, I love New Jersey. I said I've only been to New York once. Go see Statue of Liberty. About as far as I made it into New York. I do want to go to New York one day. Jessica and I said next time we're up to Jersey, visiting her family. Which leads me to my next question. I said, if we got a day in New York, I asked her what would we do? We got a day in New York. Where would you take me? And she's got her list. What is your guys' list? I got 24 hours, not even 24 hours. I show up in New York at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna leave at 9, 10 o'clock at night. You're my tour guide, each one of you. What do we do?
What do you want? What do you want? You want the touristy shit, or you want the local
shit?
What do you want?
I want real New York. I don't want to see a bunch of touristy shit.
Yeah, so you want the food spots is what you want.
Yeah, I want some food spots. There's any cool hangouts, even museums or what are we doing?
I mean, if you're going to museums, you're going to the Natural History Museum. That's not even a question. Yeah. That's okay. That's bottom line. Yeah, 100%. Listen, if you have time to see a show, it's always good to see a show on Broadway. Go Times Square. That's the hopping spot if you want to kind of just hang out and do the whole, New York thing. If you want to go into the boroughs, food wise, we got best pizza in the world, in my opinion. You got a lot of good Italian places to go to. You could any type of cuisine that you can think of as far as, ethnicity is available in pretty much any borough. So it's hop into Manhattan, do a couple little things, and it kind of scurry into the boroughs, into Queens or in Brooklyn. It's we got beautiful, parks here. If you're into hiking and doing that whole thing, there's a couple places to go. We got a lot of good sports here, obviously. Go catch a Knick game if you got, a decent amount of money.
Is it expensive?
Yeah.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Upstairs for the Eastern Conference Finals, you're not paying less than $500-$600 to set up in the nosebleeds. Yeah, easily, 100%. It's more fortunate to go see the Knicks. Yeah. Listen, the Knicks could be the worst team in basketball, and that fucking arena will still be fucking packed out every night.
Man,
Joe,
yeah, where are you taking me, Joe?
So I'm gonna give you the real New York experience, right? The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get you a proper bagel. We gotta go get a nice bagel, whichever bagel you want. We're gonna get a nice one. Then we're gonna jump on the train. and we're gonna, we're gonna pray that we make it to the next destination. We'll go to Manhattan. We're gonna go to Manhattan. We're gonna go through Central Park, right? It's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna make it out of there. Yeah, let's see. We're gonna go to Central Park, then we're gonna go to Times Square, see all the wackos there. After we see the wackos there, I'm gonna bring you. Like for late lunch in a nice Italian place, family-run joint like in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Something that's been there from like the 50s. Like a step back in time, like where the like the grandmother's the cook and the two sons are the waiters, and then you have the mixologist is the other son, and their son's the busboy. Something like
Where's this
way
place? I
back
want to
when.
go. Fucking shit.
Never
Where's
went there
this
with
place
me?
at?
You never went there
Where?
with me?
Over there?
On
That
76th
place.
Street and 18th. Yeah. Anyway,
With the guy. With the guy.
Anyway, we go there. We have a nice meal. Then we come out. We'll go to the nicer place, like where I live, and we'll go sit in the Rockaways, enjoy the fucking beach, and hang out and have a couple of fucking cocktails and just enjoy life, man. And then at the end, I'll get you a cab to go home. Like, but not like an Uber. No, you don't want an Uber. We want like a real fucking cab. The guy shows up.
Okay.
Yeah, one of those. And then you tell him where you're going. He'll speak a wink of fucking English and fucking just hold on as you're weaving in and out. That's a real New York experience.
Dirty water dogs.
Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't, I wouldn't do too much touristy shit. I mean, if you want, you can go to Little Italy and just, it's really now been taken over. It's not Italy anymore. It's like they got fish on the sidewalk. Oh my god, Little Italy's this. Little Italy's like 2 blocks. It's Mott Street. That's it. It's like it's Mott Street.
Really?
That's it. Yeah, Mulberry and Mott. Like there's like 2 little blocks right by the church, the Basilica of Old St. Pat's. That's a cool place to go to if you want to do a touristy thing. You go there. They have the catacombs in there, and the people buried like from ancient Hibernian times, man. It's like the gangs of New York people there. It's real cool shit.
St. Patrick's, another good spot.
So where do you stay away from? Like if it had a map of
Bronx.
New York, I said there's an X on it.
I would say the Bronx, up in New York.
We've really looked off the avenue and go to the nice, over there. But East New York, yeah, no, you don't want to be in East New York.
Yeah, if you want to go to Brooklyn, you want to stay off East New York.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say you stay by the water, you're all right. You skirt around the water, you're all right.
Yeah.
Go to Staten Island, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Surrounded by water.
You talk about food and listen, Chris and my other friends that grew up in New York, Jessica's parents, growing up, like family meal, like especially Sunday dinner was always sometimes Saturday dinner, sometimes Sunday lunch. That was always a big thing. All the family gets together, and maybe it's because everybody I know is moving out. Like, is that still a thing? Like the big Sunday dinners and people coming over?
It's still a thing, man. Yeah, we still have Sunday dinner at my house. We still do chicken cutlets, meatballs, pasta. We still cook up a storm on Sundays because I work 6 days a week, man. Sundays is my day off. I want to relax. I want to hang out. I want to eat good. It's tradition, I think, in the Italian household. And yes, the gatherings are smaller. Most of my cousins are gone. Now it's just me and my brother. My sister's in Florida. My mother's here. My father just passed away. So the gatherings are smaller, but it's just as good. It's just as good, man. The kids still, the kids are older, but there's more of them. Now I feed a football team most Sundays. So it's like we're making 10 pounds of chicken cutlets. These kids are eating them right as we're taking them out of the frying pan. They're friggin' eating them. So it's like it's never enough food.
Last time I was at Chris and Steph's house, I had chicken cutlets and meatballs. That was the dinner for the and it's like a bunch of food. And I'm like growing up, like one of these would be like you have chicken cutlet, or you have meatball, or you have this, But like, and they're like, that's all one meal, and I'm like, what is going on? It's like you have a lot of food as like the one main meal. I found that odd, but it was all good.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. The more the merrier, especially my house. Ray will tell you, I love having people over, man. My house is built for entertaining. I love to have people over. There's nothing better than just living the dream with your friends, man. I say living the dream because fucking it's a nightmare every day. But when everybody gets together, it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's definitely true. What about you, Ray? You still big Sunday dinners or still a thing in your house or?
It's Sunday dinners every Sunday. It's just, whoever's around and comes around. I mean, obviously, get closer to holidays, special occasions, birthdays. It's more the merrier on a Sunday, especially when we're doing something. But it's sauce on Sunday, every Sunday, regardless of what style sauce it is. There's some type of sauce that's being made, whether it's, marinade, it's sauce with, meatballs and sausage. My mom decides she's being crazy and do chicken parmesan instead on a Sunday. There's always Sunday dinner. It's just, depending on the audience, but nowadays.
Yeah. Jessica's favorite is sausage, peppers, and onions. That's what we have at least once every couple weeks, and she always tells me I'm eating it wrong, or I like ketchup and mustard on mine. She's like, it's fucking disgusting.
Oh my God, what is going on?
She can't even watch me eat it. It's like, it was like I slapped her. And I like ketchup and mustard on my sausage, pepper, and onions. So it's
you're gonna have to end this interview.
That is different. I gotta tell you, that
is very different.
Something I never would have even thought of putting anything on sausage and peppers.
I don't know if you went to an Italian feast here in the summertime. If you asked for that they would actually even give it to you.
They probably would now.
Yeah, most of the ketchup's over there, bro, on the side. Yeah, but if you want to do it after I give it to you, it's your business, not mine. I'm not giving it to you like that. No shot.
Go in the bodega, whatever mustard you want, pal.
Yeah, you can put if you want the bodega.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So that was so now I think I know everything I needed to know about New York. Everybody else, that's listening. So not everything. We'll have the round 2 of questions for the next time you guys come on. We love having you guys come on.
Appreciate it.
And New York knows everything about you too now, Kevin.
That they do. Yeah, it was. I think I went over the edge. We should have stopped at the ketchup mustard thing. So I was on a roll.
Just don't let anybody borrow your watch when you're in New York. Or let's see your phone. Let me see your phone. No.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody
no.
I'm just trying. My brain. It's like when you type something into the computer and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I can't put it together. Like, I can't put the palette in my. I can't figure it out. I feel like my brain's gonna fucking explode.
Nobody will ever trust my my judgment on a cigar review again. That's all they'll ever think about. Oh, you like that cigar? Well, I don't know if I can smoke it.
Kevin said about that cigar is a great review. Yeah, but he puts mustard and ketchup on his fucking sauce. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Well,
fuck does he know?
I put bacon on donuts, but I think that goes. I don't know. Does it not go?
Yeah.
It's salty and savory. Bacon on donuts.
Jessica puts bacon on and in everything. It doesn't matter what
it
is.
Bacon with the side of bacon, usually.
Yeah.
How else would you have bacon?
Yeah.
Well, Taylor ham's good too. Oh God.
It's a Taylor ham. I got
I do. We have a little place here in town, and a guy and his family retired from New York, and we usually, if I have, I've been working 6 days a week lately. So, but if I have a Sunday off, I go over there on a Sunday morning and I get a Taylor ham and cheese, and Jessica it's bacon, egg, and cheese. But I love Taylor ham. Someone sent us a whole Taylor ham, and
the whole thing for yourself. Yeah,
the whole thing, and I loved it. She did find it disgusting once when I chopped it up and I made ham salad, out of the Taylor ham. And I'm like, it's pretty fucking good. But I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm addicted to the pork roll or whatever it is.
Depends on where you are.
It's where you get that cross that area, Pennsylvania, Jersey. That's where you go from pork roll into Taylor ham.
Yeah. So for me, it's Taylor ham. So that's what
it's Taylor ham. I agree.
That's what she calls it.
Oh,
scrapple. Oh,
I love scrapple. I got to put syrup on it though. Syrup on the scrapple.
There you go. That's what I hear. But I can't.
Kind of in that same vein as the bacon on the donuts. You get that salt or that kind of salty meat. A little bit of.
I feel like. Go ahead.
A little bit of syrup on there. It's good.
What do you get out of the sauce? I can't get off the sausage and peppers, bro. What do you get out of the sausage and peppers with the ketchup and the butter? I want to know. I need the flavor profile. I need it. Tell me.
It's I love so I had for lunch today. I had a couple chili cheese dogs and I had ketchup and mustard on with the chili and cheese. There's something about ketchup and mustard, they go together like sausage.
I agree.
Right, you're not gonna try it, are you? Are you gonna try
you know what? I might have to, bro. I gotta know what this is about. I really do. I will send it to Kevin if I do it. I might have to do it.
If you post it, don't post it on the clowns page. You gotta do that.
Don't post it on my personal page.
I want nothing to do with that.
Ketchup's for French fries. Ketchup for fries.
Oh man, that's great. Okay.
But the scrapple, I feel like if you've got to put maple syrup on scrapple, you should just be eating something else. You know,
no, I don't have to. I said I like it that way, but I will eat scrapple without the syrup on.
Okay. Yeah, my dad ate scrapple as a kid. He liked when I was growing up, he'd fry up scrapple.
Yeah.
I
can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've
never tried it, but just looking the ingredients, I'm not
You got to get homemade scrapple. When you get homemade scrapple, they make it with the really good stuff and not just all the leftover crap that you get out of the store. It's fantastic.
I'll take your word for it.
You can take my word. Kevin's word on the ketchup and
you know what's crazy, Kerr? We have bins for scrapple here that we can put it in.
Yeah.
The bins.
The bins? I know a guy.
Right in the bins. Perfect place for it.
He'll sell you a scrapple bin, Kerr.
I got you. I got you. I'll send you a couple. I'm filled with ingredients. How you doing?
Oh my God!
Pretty much.
We got
areas do use that.
Chris had a Goldie in the King of Clown. I had a Goldie last week as well. Great.
Nice.
Great cigar. Is the Gold? Is that still available?
Yeah. Gold
is it
okay?
Line.
Gold is.
Oh, is it okay?
No. Yep. Yeah, she went from limited release to core line.
Yeah, okay. I remember being a limited there for a minute, and then
cigars.
The great cigar.
Yeah. What let's get into the new cigar. The Pagliacci, or do you pronounce the G? Is it Pagliacci or is it Pagliacci?
I say Pagliacci. We say Brooklynese, Pagliacci.
Oh, okay.
Brooklynese. I mean, maybe other times don't say it. I don't know. We're Brooklynese.
In my neighborhood, the G's not silent. I don't know.
That's it, baby. That's the Viola right there. And I just got done smoking the Azori.
I'm smoking the Azori now. That's next up.
Yeah, I'm just finishing up the. So is it Viola or Viola? So is it Viola?
Tomato, bro.
Okay.
Viola.
It's Viola.
Okay, so you got the Viola and the Azuri. So the Viola, obviously named after the instrument, correct?
The what?
The instrument, the viola. Is that what?
No, it means purple.
Purple.
Does it?
Yeah. You got blue.
Nice
and easy.
It's one of the woodwinds, Kevin.
I was confused because the Azuri I know is blue because of the English, it's like an English thing, the color blue, and then I couldn't figure out the viola. I'm like, what is it? The instrument? Why is it the two different? How do you get an instrument and a color of a soccer team?
Purple.
Oh, it's violet. Oh, I didn't put that together. That was.
This is why we come on the show, Kevin. It's not an issue. It's perfect. It's beautiful.
That's it.
I mean, if you are saying it plays, it smokes as great as a fine violin, I'll take that compliment all day long.
Yeah. So, one thing I got the cigar. So this is like, here in Florida, this is like a $7. If you go to like Smoke Inn, it's like a $7 cigar.
Right?
And smoking like a $15 cigar. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Appreciate that.
Is this the least expensive? I hate saying the word cheap. Is this like the least expensive cigar you guys have produced yet?
Yes, sir. This is our blue collar premium line. So it is the least expensive cigar we have.
Well, lead tobacco with blue collar pedigree. That's the phrase that we came up for this line of ours that we kind of wanted to give back to our blue collar constituents, our guys out there hustling and bustling every day of the week. Why can't you go into your local cigar shop and, like you said, Kevin, which I much appreciate, that it smokes like a $15 cigar. Why can't you smoke with a $15 cigar with your boys just got off the construction site, have a couple of Pagliaccis, maybe a couple of beers, hang out after the long hard day, or police officer gets off of work with his buddies, they go hang out in the backyard in the summertime and they're smoking Pagliacci. We kind of wanted to bring that. We're blue collar blood here. We generation through generation through generation of our life, our lives, along with Danny. So we kind of wanted to give back a little bit, do something a little bit different. We wanted to be able to put out a premium spic at a blue collar price to kind of get into that market and get people get their hands on these cigars. And for $40 for a 5-pack. I mean, like you said, and I appreciate that the cigar smokes like a $15 cigar. That's kind of what we were trying to go for with this, in this market with this project.
I got to tell you, I mean, I'm actually when I looked up that, was blown away and surprised by that. By the packaging and the cigar, the flavor, everything about it. And then the pricing, it's much like the mustard and ketchup on was not registering in your head. Mm-hmm. This and $35 to $40 for a pack was not registering in my head. Mm-hmm. Like Kevin said, it smokes like a $15 cigar. It was. I thought I was seeing something completely inaccurate when I looked up. And hearing it from you guys, it's more confusing for me than
man. We appreciate clarity. That. We appreciate that because we really want this to be a premium cigar, man. This is every man's premium cigar right here.
100%
line, and the name means cigar clowns. Mm-hmm. So it's just it's a representation of us. It's Italian for cigar clowns. We worked really hard for a while, not only to get the blend, but to get the price where we want it to be. It started off, we want to make a sub $10 stick. As the boutique market, it's very tough to crack to get cigars to market under $12, right?
That's crazy.
It is. Everyone here. We all make cigars. We know how much cigars cost. It's tough when you're, when you're not ordering 100,000 cigars. When you're ordering 100,000 cigars, it's actually easy to get a sub $10 stick. When you're getting a price. But when you're not, it's. I don't order more than a few thousand at a time. So it's tough to get that price point down, and then still have a beautiful box, a beautiful band. I had the Azuri the other day, and just and it was I think it was the first one I smoked, and I told Jess, I'm showing her like the band. I don't think you can't show up on camera too well, but it's a beautiful band. A beautiful shade of blue that nobody uses.
Yeah.
For the longest time, like a really long time. We're only talking like in the last year or two, has it been acceptable to use blue on a cigar band? Like that was like the unwritten rule in the cigar. It's a little too feminine, especially like and that was even like a bright blue. Then you go into a baby blue or a powder blue. No, people aren't going to smoke that. So there's only been, I could probably count on one hand, including you guys, that have used, this color blue, and I love it, and I started smoking it, and then because Jessica works for Smoke Inn, does it, she knows about the cigars, she was, promoting the cigars, she knows the price point, and she loved it. I think we both like the Viola a little bit more. I think it's a little spicier. Than the Azuri, but both fantastic cigars. So, so why? I mean, is it one of these things? Because usually when you release like your first sub $10 cigar, you know, people come out with one, and then you guys came out with two, and in different Vitola, you know, one round, one square. You know, what was the thought of releasing? Hey, let's do two cigars.
They should be both square. I hope.
Are they both? Are they both square? I thought one. Oh, they are both square. What was I thought I was.
Oh, good. Thank God, Joe. Thank God you get the round one. That's the one that explodes. Thank God you get that one.
I'm gonna have to look at that picture. I thought the one I smoked it. I thought it was. I thought the one I smoked was round. Oh, it is
round. It's round. It's round like that viola instrument.
Yeah. oh no! I had that in my. Oh, it was a different cigar. I'm thinking of. I was smoking a round one right before that one. I haven't.
The miscommune. It's all good.
I haven't posted that picture yet. So that's good. So we got both box press. Now these originally started off as an OGT like release, right? Just for Oak Glen Tobacconist.
We actually tested the blends with Oak Glen Tobacconist because we weren't sure which one we wanted to bring to market first. So we had the Azori, we had the Viola. We couldn't make a decision what we wanted to bring to the market first. So we're like, we need to test it out with a larger group, get some feedback. And Ray, you can tell the story, man.
Yeah, man. It's you know, we sent it out to the society. Not the first time that we've done this with the society. It's actually, you know, it's actually great that Eric, you know, gets part in this and kind of gets excited when we do things like this. So yeah, red and blue bands for both of the runs. You know, we didn't have we knew all the details of what we were doing, you know, as far as the branding was concerned. But you know, obviously just putting out, you know, bands just to differentiate between the both, even though you can see both wrappers are both a different color. Mm-hmm. Sent it out. We sent the card that had a QR code, and we wanted everybody who smoked it or got in the society to vote. So all the people in the society, you know, hundreds and hundreds of people plus that are in the society voted. We got the tally. We set a deadline. We looked at the tally. Joe goes, "How's the tally?" So the tally's good. Well, Jay, we got a lot of votes. I'm like, yeah, we got a lot of votes. What's the percentage? I said it's 51-49. I go, well, that doesn't help because that's kind of where we are, 51-49, 50-50, 51-49. You know, that's kind of where we were at. So you know what? We said, fuck it. The blends are great. We can put them out. Let's put them out. So we already had an idea of the name and the direction that we were going in. Then we started to kind of deep dive into the, you know, the color concepts and how we were going to go with that and how we were going to present it and all that other stuff. So yeah, both blends we thought were too good to release it, you know, one time. We like to do things differently. So we came out with, you know, 2 5-packs at that price point to see, you know, the market takes it. And I think it's doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, it's not a bad problem to have.
You guys were saying the bands before, but if you look at the bands, they're not really showing up too well on the cameras. But you'll see these lines. They have these vertical lines in them, or, you know, have these vertical lines on them, and that's what it's all about right there. It's about that New York. It's like, it looks like the shutters of a New York.
Okay.
Like,
you got to really look at it. It's a little hidden Easter egg for people.
Little hidden Easter egg, just a little touch, like little New York, like having a shutter with a little graffiti on there, and those little slats, like that's real old school New York right there.
That's cool. I mean, yeah. I'll have to put my glasses on later, so I'm getting fucking old.
Wait, hold on, Kev.
Yeah. That's it. I think mine are over there somewhere. You know. So did you like did you start off wanting to do, you know, or how many blends did you guys have, and you guys whittled it down to the 2, you know, for the voting?
I think we started in a couple of different directions. But you know, as the process goes, you change direction. This really started off as a 6x60 project.
Mm-hmm.
And 6x60 for the New York market. You know, that's where we really started. And then, then you start getting the blends. You do different vitolas to get the different flavors, and man, that box press just hit. And it was just like this is where we're going, man. We're going. This is where we're going, and it's I'm gonna say it's the same tobacco, right? We have a San Andreas wrapper on both of the cigars. One's a Claro, one's an Oscuro, but they're both San Andreas. We have the same binder on both the cigars, and then the filler. We have the same filler, just a little bit different ratios on them. So it's the same tobaccos make such a different cigar. It's just fucking awesome, man.
That's great.
A lot of people don't know that. I mean, you guys could have come out with 8 cigars, all the same tobaccos, but just that little bit of, flip the tobaccos. You could even, the exact same ratio on the inside, but just flip them backwards. And people don't realize, it's an endless supply of cigars that you have, by just a little bit of different ratios.
Besides the price point, this cigar is perfect for anybody who's a cigar nerd, anybody who's getting new into boutiques and is interested in boutique blends. It's somebody who's an everyday smoker who's looking to have an everyday smoke, because you can smoke these cigars anytime a day, in my opinion. And I like to pair it with coffee, especially espresso, especially just espresso, nothing else. Weighing up that hard, bitterness with this cigar is phenomenal. So, people who will, showcasing a brand, showcasing a San Andreas wrapper in 2 different, showcases of the actual wrapper, but they're almost the same one. It's kind of showing, our, artistic kind of touch on something, right? Kind of giving the customer something to be like, wow, this is the same cigar it was the same blend, but it's 2 different. Wow, I can't believe the difference in this. It's kind of showcasing your palate and showing your palate the difference between both cigars, right? It's kind of giving you that growing experience, even if you're a young, into the game, getting into the boutiques, or if you're, that nerd is like, wow, I love the blend, I love the characteristic of this, or somebody who likes to break down, flavor profiling something. I think it kind of fits every category for somebody to go into the store and say, you know what, I need to try that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've been smoking cigars for a while. I've done tons of reviews. I never would have guessed that these were anywhere near the same cigar. And I mean, and that's just, I mean, when you said that, I'm like, really? It's like, I mean, I get like I'm smoking 2 completely different cigars. I didn't get that like there had anything in common at all. So it's I don't know, that's kind of cool. I like the even. I mean, as far as I've taken in this journey, I find it cool that even I learn new stuff, or I'm shocked about something, it's
or
like,
true.
What?
That helps us keep the cost down on the project too. It really, it helps us get it to our consumers' hands, or anybody looking for, you don't have to just get, I'm not going to say a cheap cigar. You can get a premium cigar at $8 from us. It's like, we can't believe it, but we did it, man. We brought it to market. It's there's a lot of great cigars out there. There are a lot of great cigars at $10 that are better than $20 cigars. There's a lot of $12 sticks that are better than $30 sticks.
Agreed.
An $8 stick that's smoking in the $15 to $20 range. It's a great thing, man.
It is. I mean, Karen, I mean, we've said it 100 times, and when you're smoking a $20 cigar, like your expectations are a lot higher. When you're smoking a $20 cigar, like you're going into it, like, like this, it could be a fantastic cigar, but at the end of the day, or at the end of the cigar, you're like, I've said, and Jessica, she says I get too much in my head all the time about that. I always think, even when we were doing reviews, I'm like, I don't know if this was worth $20. And then she's like, well, did you like the cigar? I go, yeah, it was a great cigar. Like, well, who cares about the price point? And I'm like, I don't know. I have to justify that in my head. Something. I'm like, was this, because I'm like, I know, because there's $10 cigars out there, $12 that I like just as much, and I love when I smoke a $7 or $8 cigar, because I know I go into it, I'm like, it's $7, $8 cigar. I'll just, hang out at the lounge here. I'll, do some work. And then like on this one, I found myself going, I'm like, hey, you got to try this cigar. Like, this is,
Appreciate
And
it. I appreciate
this is
that.
fucking punching a bunch above its weight. You know, so that's what I love. You know, so I mean, when a $20 cigar, you're always thinking, is it worth $20? You know, then you smoke a $7 cigar and you're thinking, well, how the hell is this thing only $7? You know, and then I get wrapped in my head on that whole fucking thing. You know, because I know what it takes. And you've got beautiful bands, beautiful boxes, and you know, and it's just like, well, how the hell are they doing this for $7? Like, these guys aren't making any money, you know. And then I almost get mad, you know. It's like, they should put it at $10, you know. So, but yeah. So either way, I'm getting wrapped up in my own head about it.
Listen, everything we do now, you know, we've tried everything, man. We've tried different boxes, we've tried different bands, making them different places, and this and that. Yeah, we're finally growing up as a company, right? So we took a lot of lessons that we learned over time, and we're finally stringing things together, man. And we're kind of breaking out of the boutique. We're like the small business now, you know. So you know, and it's like a journey. So you know, it's a lot of lessons that we learned. You know, we're doing this a long time. You know, yeah, we were known for our limited drops, and we're still gonna do limited drops because we love that. You know, that's what we love to do. But you know, we're growing up. Man. We just acquired another brand, and you know, we're bringing we're bringing that to the next level too. So it's crazy.
It is. I remember when Abe brought you guys on. I forget what the first cigar you guys did with Abe. What was that?
It was it Goldie Grace or Rodeo Clown? I
think it was King of Clowns and Rodeo Clown.
I think King of Clowns. But I remember, you know, Jessica's working on, you know, some of the artwork and stuff for that, you know, and I remember I'm like I told her, I said, and don't take it the wrong way, but I'm like, these guys are like a legit cigar company now. You know, I mean, you guys have always been legit because you always sold out of everything that you made, you know, and it's like, these guys are like, you know, they're like fucking legit. You know, you guys have, you know, I don't, you know, I'm trying to think of like, there aren't two, you guys may be the only one that had, for the longest time, you only did limiteds, you know, and that's just what you were known for. And then now, like, you're in brick and mortars and you can go online to like smoke in and buy your cigars. And, you know, it's just like, it's nuts.
It is crazy, man. We're very blessed. We're very lucky that, you know, somebody like Abe took a shot on us, you know, a bunch of knuckleheads from New York City, you know, but he's a small businessman. He loves the hustle. I hope we still out hustle everybody, because that's what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to out hustle everybody. We're bringing our A game. You know, we love cigars. We love the cigar culture. You know, we do all work full-time jobs, but we work in this business as much as our businesses. So it's just great, man. And we're fighting for every cigar we put on every shelf in every shop. You know, we have meetings now on Tuesday nights with our national sales team. Like, what? Like, we have a national sales team.
Meeting. Look at you guys having meetings and shit.
Meetings. Like, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's happening fast. You know, we didn't go to PCA again, and everyone's like, oh, you know, you're not a legit brand until you go to PCA. But that's okay.
Fuck that.
We were in the PCA magazine this year. Well, how you doing? So,
I didn't see that. So right on. Yeah. PCA is not what it's cracked up to be. You know, like I said, I think this is my fourth PCA or so, but there are companies that Kerr and I we were in New Orleans last year together. You know, we were there this year. There were cigar companies that we saw in New Orleans last year. Guess what? They weren't there this year. And if I went and looked them up, I bet a couple of those companies wouldn't be in business anymore. You know, and it's so I mean, so that's not a measurement that, you know, anybody should use. And if they're using that, you know, you're not legit until you've been to PCA. Fuck that. You know,
I agree.
That's a huge expense, you know, for what return on your investment. You know, eventually, eventually you'll get there, and then you'll get to go there and you get to tell your story, and hopefully the business will expand. But like I said, so many people show up, and then they can't produce. That there are companies that go out there and then they get these orders for 10, 20,000 cigars, and then you hear them and it's just like they never show up.
That's what we love right now, because all these shops made all these great PCA orders and they're not getting deliveries. The big shops are getting the deliveries, but I'm talking about the shops that need a little love. Those that's where we live. You know what I mean? Like, so we got cigars in stock. Let's go. We're here. I'm gonna be at your shop. Ray's gonna be at your shop. Dane's gonna be at your shop. My salesman's gonna be at your shop. We're showing up every 2 weeks. We want to be a part of your culture. We want to be a part of the people sitting in the lounge. We love lounges. I love doing this too, don't get me wrong. But I wish I could be in a cigar lounge all day. Like that. There's nothing better than the guys that are sitting there working, smoking a cigar on their laptops. I'm like, damn, I wish I could do that all day.
Yeah.
I can't. I wish I could, but I can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's and you're talking about Abe taking a chance on you guys, and that doesn't happen. Like Abe, I mean, I love Abe. Like I said, he's one of my best friends. Jessica works for him. He doesn't take a lot of chances. I mean, like very, very few. I mean, this year PCA he brought in, I think 4 brands. Last year he brought in 2. There are years that he doesn't bring in any. So especially, I mean, to bring you guys in, not not even be able to meet them at PCA, so that says a lot. I mean, it's definitely a testament to you guys, when that's how I look at it. Like when someone like Abe, it's like, how the fuck did these guys get hooked up? Like how did Abe meet you guys? I mean,
I think Abe has been with us a long time, man. We were like one of the first original Facebook groups. So like going back in the day, and Abe's always been a part of our group.
Okay.
He's always been a part of our group. And I guess he known us. He's seen what we're doing. He knows that we're not full of shit. Excuse my language. There's plenty of people in this industry full of shit. We're true, we're honest. I'm not going to tell you I can do something if I can't do it, and that's it. And I'm proud to say, man, we're not just on his website. We're in now 3 stores. So it's like, let's go. You know what I mean? So like, to me, that's an honor.
And I think to follow up what Joe was saying, and this is kind of circling back around to what we were talking about earlier, right? It's not the cockiness of being a New Yorker, it's the confidence, right? I feel, and it's a New York terminology that I've heard for a very long time, real recognizes real. And I think Abe sees that we put in the work. Abe gave us advice to do certain things and go in certain directions, and we followed that advice to a T. Right, Joe? Anything he took us under his wing for the most part, man. He took like you said, he took a chance on a small brand. We're one of the only small, if the only small brand that he carries at the moment. And for us to have that privilege and that honor and to be humbled by that is an understatement, man. It's huge. I think like Joe said, from the early onset through our journey from when we started until now, he saw that we put in the work. He saw what we're about. He saw what we bring to the table. He knows we're no bullshit. He knows that we're good to work with. Joe and Abe talk all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I think I bother him sometimes, but that's okay. It is what it is. I'll text him when he's on vacation. He's like, Joe, call Marissa. I'm like, all right, I'll call Marissa.
So someone wants to know where they can find the Cigar Clowns in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
We have not hit the Texas market yet. We're getting all our ducks in a row for the Texas market.
Yes.
We are big believers that you can't just sell cigars to shops. You have to be able to service the shop. Once we have the right people in place, we're working on first the Houston market. Once we get that fully dialed in, then we'll be into Dallas. Has a big bullseye in it for us, like Dallas, the Colony, what's the other, Austin, like that whole area. We are zoned in on it, but we're just looking for the right person, because we don't want order takers, right? We don't want somebody just go in there. Oh yeah, I'll sell you 5 boxes of this, 10 boxes of that. No, we need somebody to help build our brand there. So we need a partner. Like we really want somebody to first of all believes in us.
We're giving you some pretty good tools to sell the brand. Just saying.
Yeah. Like so, we really want partners. So it's It's not just order takers, man. Order takers, no. If you're an order taker, you can work for a big company. You got a huge area. Just you walk in, hey, I need 10 bucks of this, 20 bucks. All right, see you later. I'll see you next month. No, we need somebody who wants to go into the lounge, wants to hang out with guys like you, like smoke cigars, learn about their families, and do it. That's it. Build the brand with us, man. So if any of you guys know anybody who's into the cigar game in the Texas market, hit us up. We are looking right now, and we have the capacity.
Yeah, Kerr and I know a guy out there, and I'm gonna shoot him over your info, and maybe I know he's available. And he's in the Texas market, so. This guy, I'm in Boyd, Texas. Order mine from BBCC and Smoke In. What's BBCC? I don't know.
Is that Black Box Cigar Club? I believe. Is that? I think it might be. I think it might be Black Box.
I'm gonna go
Cigar
ding ding
Club.
ding. I think I'm gonna go ding 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 on that.
Yeah, they're good people. Good people. I think yeah.
So yeah, and definitely, like I said, definitely Smoke In and OGT. Eric Drazen. I know he's got your guys' stuff. Always giving you guys loving. I love that he got out. Love that he got out of California. And I haven't talked to Eric. We're gonna have to get Eric on the show and see how he's loving New Orleans or North Carolina.
North Carolina.
He
is loving it. I tell you. I talk to him on the regular.
Yeah, I got. It's got to be Underground Cigars Fort Worth, but that's got to be a big change, man. California to North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Underground Cigars Fort Worth, I believe they have the Sheffield collection.
Okay.
I believe they have the Sheffield collection there.
I haven't talked to Crystal and her husband in a while, so I wonder. Hopefully they're doing good.
I guess we're gonna have to get them on the show. I guess, huh?
Yeah. They're right up the road, not too far from me.
They are doing it right, man. They are great people.
Yes.
They big news. They donated a tiny home for somebody against living that was human trafficked. So, man, that's what the Sheffield collection's all about. That's what Mr. and Mrs. Sheffield, the founders, that's what they're about, man. They are doing it. They are doing it, man. And they make some banger cigars too. We're blessed to have them in our family.
Yeah, that they do. They're definitely they talk the talk and walk the walk. They're that's what they live. It's not just about hey, we're donating because there's other cigar companies do that. 10%, 15%, it just goes, but then you don't see what they're doing on the day to day, and they put out there what they're doing, where their money's going, how they're helping these people out. So absolutely love them.
Hopefully we take them to the next level, and they buy a tiny park, and they have all like hundreds of people there. You know what I mean? That's the goal.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
So how where did the name I didn't think about that. Where did the name come from? For your the Pagliacci, where did that come about?
Okay, all right. So let's go back 2 years. Right, we're a growing brand, and I do a lot of the sales. Friend John does a lot of the sales. Ray, Danny, and we keep on getting the same feedback. These are guys selling my shop. I got a clown. It's a great cigar, but I just don't see people grabbing the cigar. It's too gimmicky. It's too this, too that. And it's like, all right, well, if you can get the cigar in their hand to smoke it one time, you can convince somebody to grab this gimmicky looking cigar. It's a great cigar. So anyway, after me beating the drums to Ray and my partner Danny for months on end, I was like, we need to come up with a classic design. And so Ray was like, let's say cigar clowns in Italian. It looks really nice. Pagliacci, these cigars. I was like, oh, that's cool. So we're coming up with band concepts, and I'm like, nah, man, we need this thing to look legacy. We want somebody to grab this and look legacy. And Ray came up with this unbelievable band concept. And then so we wouldn't get away from our homage. We put the little clown on the back, and that's where it came from. It was just we're just trying to break out of what some people box us into that don't know us as a gimmick.
Yes.
Because there's nothing gimmick. We're not clowning around. You know what I mean? When we say clowns, we don't mean like ha ha funny. We mean like don't be a jerk. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're not clowning, man. We're not being kids.
Think of the Three Stooges, right?
Yeah.
Curly was the fucking funny one jerking around Larry, but Mo was all business. We're all business. It might be a little bit of a group of antics going on, but I mean, if you want to kind of identify us as something, I mean, I think that's a pretty close. We're the Mo of the Three Stooges. It's a good Brooklyn reference. It's a good New York reference.
Yeah. And I completely understand, like when I'm in a lounge, like I said, and you see sometimes a band, and you don't know anything about the cigar, you don't know anything about the people behind it. Sometimes it's a little gimmicky, you look at it and be like, you know what, I don't know. I mean, it's a little, and if there's no one there to explain it to you, like in the lounge, you just bypass it, and which sucks, like people should always ask, but people should always be there as well, but we've been to places and it's like, I don't know. It's a weird shape or it's something else. I'm like, I'm gonna go get what I know that works. So if it's too over the top. So I mean I can understand where a brick and mortar company is coming from when they say that, but it's also their fucking job. If they know you, it's like, hey, like these guys are, this is a legit cigar company. These are, these are good guys. Kerr, do you feel the same way? When you see sometimes a cigar?
Yeah. No, I mean, there's. I don't think you guys are the instinct on going in that direction is right, and I think like Kevin says, I can understand where the lounges come from. Especially when there's just so much on that's being offered them on a regular basis and trying to sort out. But then at the end of the day, they got to say, okay, if I put this in my humidor, how's it going to be perceived? How's it going to be received and the reception? And I think what you guys did with this is just, like I said, the artwork, the bands, the cigar, it all just flows. And throwing the price, it just doesn't really add up in my brain yet. I'm still freaking ketchup and mustard in my brain. But it's fantastic.
And that's do you find that like it's brick and mortars that they're are they willing to take you on as in like the cigar clowns? Do you find that being like the first thing like cigar clowns, what are you guys about? Do you find that like the first hurdle that you got to get over is the name?
Yeah, so just from my experience, I go into a lot of shops. When you say cigar clowns, we're like, you got a strike right against you. We're a boutique company named the Cigar Clowns. It's like, oh, you got two strikes against you. You're a boutique company and you're cigar clowns. Like, what are you guys doing? Why don't you name yourself like Cigars of America or something like that? You know what I mean? Or like three Brooklyn guys, something like that. But so there's a stigmata when you walk in. Like, a lot of the times you can get standoffish, right? Because I really believe in the product, really want you to believe in the product. I want you to smoke through the line. And I think now when we're opening the door, we're showing the Pagliaccis first. We're leading with the Pagliaccis. So it drops everything down. There's no stigmata. It's a great smoke. I try to make the shop owner or buyer smoke both cigars at the same time. A lot of them don't want to do that, but I want them to, because I want them to experience the little nuances, the differences in the cigar, and what we're trying and who we're marketing the cigar to, right? Like, if I go into a shop and it's extremely high-end legacy, that's not our shop.
Yeah.
I respect it. I'll buy a cigar there. I'll hang out, say hello, introduce myself. I'll leave a cigar or two, but I'm not going to push that shop, man, because that's not the clientele. You know, so you got to know your market, right? You got to know your market. You got to know who you are. We know who we're marketing to. We know who we want as consumers. You know, we know our demographics. You know, we want the hardworking Americans, man. You know, and everybody's a hardworking American, but if you're on a $5 million yacht and you got a helicopter to take you to your house, you're not smoking a Pagliacci, you know, unless I'm dipping it in gold for you and having somebody cut it in light. Yeah, I could sell you something like that. I can make that product, no problem. But that's not my demographic. You know.
Yeah, and you got to understand that. You know, my other good friend Jeff Borshowitz owns Corona Cigar. You know, I remember a couple years having a conversation with him. You know, I'm like, hey, you know, you should. I mean, you know, because he'll sometimes ask me like, what are you smoking? What's going on? Like, you know, he knows like Jessica and I have our thumb on the pulse. I'm like, hey, I mean, I'm really liking this cigar. I don't want to say the name of the cigar. But and he's like, oh, tell me about it. You know, I showed him pictures, and it was like a $7.50, $8 cigar just a couple of years ago, and the packaging was kind of cool. And then he's like, you know, it's not my clientele. You know, it's just they're at the Tampa location. You know, they're the people that go in there. I mean, it's the suit that you go out front. It's the Lamborghini, Porsche, Bentley, G-Wagon, all out front. And and he's like, it's not our clientele here. You know, they're looking for the David. And I respected that. I'm like, you're 100% right. He's a man that knows what his clientele is, what they're going to buy. Right. You know, and they're not even. I mean, it could be the greatest $7 cigar ever made, but they're not reaching for that because it's $7. Mm-hmm. You know, right. you can't convince them otherwise. You know, right. So, but yeah, it's yeah, it's not, you know, I like how, that you're leading with that. It's super cool, and then, the rest of the cigar clowns, it does, you look at some of the bands, like the Goldie, that band, it's, you just got to know more about it. As soon as you see that band, that's the cigar that like I would pick up out of the humidor and like walk outside, to the tobacconist if he's not in there. Like, what's up with this cigar? Like, I gotta know the story of this cigar. So, and luckily you guys have a huge, I hate using the term cult, but you guys do have a cult like following, same with Black Label, same with a lot of people. And, so that's got to help, getting into launches.
Yeah, man, they're doing with those short runs that when we started. I mean, you're talking 38 cigar releases in what, 6 years now at this point, with 9 SKUs, with adding Sheffield collection to our portfolio. So I mean, we got the mainstream, full length production cigars in production. With we don't shy away from the limited drops. We're probably gonna have something coming out, before the end of the year as far as the limited drops. We're getting ready to gear up with the reintroduction of Sheffield collection with all the stuff that we did for Sheffield, and that's part of the reason why we didn't go to PCA, man. We did a lot of self-care this year, man. It was a lot of self-care on our part, bringing on Justin and Crystal with us into the family full time and kind of focusing on that and doing like a revamp of their stuff and getting them to go, and then having the Pagliacci launch, which we think was going to be a big venture for us. We've been working on it for 2 years. We got Festivus 2026 coming out at the end of the year, which is our yearly limited release that we do. That's near and dear to our hearts. But yeah, man, we're working. We're actually diligently working right now to come out with a couple of our older cult like cigars that we put out way back when. So yeah, man, we got a lot of irons in the fire, as my buddy Mike says, man. We got a lot of irons in the fire right now, and it's a lot of things are good. It's moving, a lot of moving parts. But yeah, would we love to be a PC? Would we have loved to win a PC this year? Absolutely. It's something that's in our our path, to continuing with our brand. But we just, like I said, we did a lot of self-care this year, man. We're gearing up to we've taken that next level. I think Pagliacci is bringing us to that next level out of that boutique, like Joe was saying earlier. It's we got a lot of we got reps. We've come leaps and bounds from humble beginnings from starting early on up until now, man. It's been a crazy journey, a lot of ups and downs. You guys saw a lot of our ups and downs too, from early on and up until now. The shit that we went through. So we're here now, man. A lot of doors closed, but a lot of doors open, man. We're humbled, bro. Honestly, we're very lucky. We're very blessed.
That's it. And every step along the journey just gets you to the next step. Like I said, it's every up, every down. You guys are, you guys have been through stuff that would close down bigger businesses. But here you are. But 38 blends in 60. God damn, that's that's a hell of a.
And we're gonna bring some back, which is fun. Man.
Is that it's fun, but is that to me that's almost a little scary. I mean, because you guys have had some blends. I said people talk about, man, I wish they'd bring this back. Man, I wish they'd bring this back. And I'd be like, is it a little nervous? I mean, obviously, things have changed. So now, but tobacco, it's impossible, almost impossible. I mean, you could have the exact same tobacco, even if it's been aging this whole time, it's gonna be a different cigar.
Absolutely.
So is that a little nerve wracking about which ones you wanted to bring back? And
that definitely plays a lot in it, but we want to give our fans what they want, man. And it's just like we're just gonna do like micro drops of hey, these are out there, some random shop, and good luck, get on the hunt like back in the day.
Yeah,
that's great. Back to the basics. I mean,
maybe drop the day of, not even hype it up, just
not even hype it up.
Post Instagram at 7 a.m. Yeah, the cigar's out at the shop if you want it. It's available.
Well, you guys are focused. Like you said, going to PCA would have been great, but having a plan and being focused and doing the thing you said that really resonates is the self, focusing on self and focusing on the company. PCA is going to come, and I think everything that you put in place in lieu of going to PCA is paying off, and it's allowing you to reach back into the older blends and bring them back because now you're established. And I think this I call Pagliacci. I think of Crazy Joe Davola when I saw it.
Listen, I still got Crazy Joe up my sleeve. I have a blend for him, so we just haven't pulled them out yet. He's coming.
I even threw him on my advertisement for the show. Crazy Joe Davola.
That's it. He's coming.
But I mean, I think that you guys have really established yourself where you can reach back. I mean, the Goldie. I thought your artwork on the Goldie for me would look at going because there's a tobacco merchant down in Columbia, South Carolina, carries your lines. And I go in there and see your lines. Goldie was the hook because the artwork that was done on Goldie was this clown-ish, but this old gangster style look, and that was a huge hook. And once you get a blend or a brand that hooks you, you'll try the others, and maybe you would have passed it up, looking through it. And I think that's what this Pagliacci is going to do as well for any other folks who haven't tried your stuff yet.
I did not know that's your local lounge, man. They're a great lounge.
It's about an hour. It's an hour, 15 minutes down the road. But
it's local-ish, Joe. It's local-ish.
It's local-ish. Down the road.
Ray lives 8 miles away from me. It's about an hour and 10 minutes. So it's
that's about right.
It's all right. It's like distance and travel time's all relative. So going down to Columbia is nothing for a good cigar. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely that was the big hook for me was the Goldie, the artwork on that. And I think we take it to a whole new level with this blend, with these two blends.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm excited, to see what you guys are going to do with them next. And now you guys don't sell on your website anymore, right?
No, not in a long time. Not in a long time.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was on the website the other day, just kind of poking around, and I forgot to look, see, I mean, everybody knows. I mean, I've been doing this for years, and I always preach if somebody's got a shit website, I call them out right on air. I have said that so many times. You guys got a great website, and you guys got something what nobody else or very, very few fucking people do. That I ask on the show, you have a retail finder. Like you can put in a fucking how hard is that sometimes to put in a zip code and then tell people where they can get your cigar? I just I don't understand that.
My son, he's 16 years old, gonna be 17. God bless him. He's big into AI, and he's introducing a program for us run by an AI agent for our sales reps. The minute they make a sale, it's going to go automatically onto the website, the shop's location.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah. So
Kevin, you want to blow your mind, Kevin? Go on their website and look at past cigars, and you can look at all of those.
I saw that. I scrolled down a little bit, and then there's a few names I recognize. I'm like, oh, that was cool, and that's I would say I'll confidently say that you guys are the only one in the cigar industry that has that.
Yeah,
where you could Google, you don't have to Google like all the cigars the Cigar Clowns made, or all the cigars that Drew Estate or whatever. Like, you have to Google that and then do some research. Like, you guys are the only ones out there that you could go to your website and find every single cigar.
We're proud, right? We're proud of where we came from, man. It's just it's the best thing. Like, we used to have little dinner parties with our cigars. Like, just a group and extended friends just come out for a dinner. Like, that's how you got the crinkles. Like, if you had the crinkles with a black label, you bought it in a shop. If you had it with the red label, you came to one of our events. It's like, man.
We used to print out fucking bands on Joe's printer at his office, dude. And bands of fucking cigars, bro. How about that? There's a little fucking Easter egg for you.
A long time ago, bro. I think the statute of limitations.
Long time ago. Humble, we had to shut that down. I'm like, I'm not doing this ever again. I swear to God, I'm never doing it. If I have to, by God, I will, but I'm not doing it if I don't have to do it again.
Man. Yeah. And my office, my office, the ceilings from almost to the floor be filled with cigar smoke, because we're always smoking cigars in there. And I wish we took pictures, because I do cemetery monuments by day, so it was like all creepy looking, all the thick smoke behind all the tombstones. It was great.
I tell you, I had to ban 2,500 cigars, me and Jessica, once, and I told her, never again will I do this. Bro. I even reached out to like JC Newman, and I'm like, if I brought up 2,500, I mean, I don't want to call in a favor, but if I brought up 2,500 cigars, you think your girls, just probably knock those, like you said, an hour. It took me and Jessica days to ban 2,500ed cigars. Never again.
How many arguments?
Fuck, I got the lead. Shit. Oh man, I fucked this band up. This one won't sit. I gotta move this one up. I ripped the lead. Fuck.
I'm over your finger.
It goes over your finger.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, like I said, we moved the band down or up just a little bit. It's like, I can't afford to just throw this one out.
I get it.
I told Daddy has the little glue strip still left in his basement. Every time I go, I say, like, shit gives me fucking anxiety. Get that thing away from me. I don't want to see it ever again. Then the thing breaks. You got that fucking throw against the wall. Fucking thing.
You have to mix the paste to the right consistency. Put it in the fridge.
Oh my God! Just the that was it. That's where you guys started. Just putting the fucking bands on, and man. Here you are now. Got like boxes, and everything else, and I know, on the website, we haven't talked about it. We talked a little bit about the show. Like you don't talk about the blend. You don't talk about who makes the cigar. And I know that irritates some people, but back in the day, back in the day, we didn't know that. Like sometimes I would, I'd be Googling like a vintage cigar I found, and like there's no info, like that wasn't done. Like people didn't know, and people didn't care, and sometimes I find it, irritating. You'll read online, oh, that's got a Jalapa Visa in it. Like, I don't know if that's gonna be a cigar that I'll like. Get the fuck out of here. Like what that tastes like.
That's right. Or it was made in XYZ. I don't like that factory. What do you mean you don't like that factory? I know plenty of factories that are making cigars for so many different people, and every cigar is just the expression of the person who want, like, blending it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're working with a master blender, but you could give all four of us the same tobaccos. We're gonna come up with 20 different cigars. You know what I mean? It's just it drives me crazy. I hate to say it. I love everybody in the industry, but like, do you really think you're gonna call my manufacturer and he's gonna sell you bundles of my cigars? like at a cheaper price. Like I don't understand it. I don't understand. Like, why do you need the information? That's it. Keep it close to the chest.
Does McDonald's give out their fucking secret recipe even though everybody knows it now? But still, it's the point. Like, why am I going to give you like? What does it matter? What does it matter? If you like it, or you don't like it. You try, you don't try it. It's that's the issue. It's like, dude, there's a cigar out there for everyone. Who gives a shit where it's fucking manufactured?
That's right.
Does it matter?
That's right.
It's a fucking cigar. We're putting in the work. We tell people all the time, trust our palate. We are going to give you something that you are going to like. Maybe you don't like the Pagliacci. Maybe you like the Goldie Grace. Okay, great. That's fantastic. Maybe that's your wheelhouse. Cool. But at the end of the day, we tell people all the time, we're doing the work. We're doing the rigorous testing and blending and tweaking to make sure that we're not just putting out cigars, people, just to fucking make money. Because if it was about that, I wouldn't be working my day job.
It's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. We're here. We have a passion for the industry, bro. That's the blue collar fucking that's instilled in us, bro. We stand by our product. We will replace product if it's fucked up or it's messed up. We have no problem with any of that shit. Well, we stand by what we do. Let us do the work so you can enjoy reap the benefits of the hard work that we put into doing what we do day in and day out.
Yeah, that's it. There are cigars that people are like, oh, I don't like that factory. Well, I mean, maybe you don't like that fucking cigar. I mean, the master blender, it's not his job. I mean, people go in like, hey, I want this, and this, and maybe it's not. I mean, I've had. I mean, I love Don Pepin. I love Pete Johnson. There are cigars that have, Don Pepin has produced out of the factory, and it's like, I really don't like that cigar. It's not my flavor profile. I don't blame him. I don't blame the old man. In the factory.
You're right.
Yeah, I can't smoke it. I can't smoke anything from that factory again. They made that one bad cigar that I didn't like.
And I think now, Kevin, I think that because there's so much information out there, right? Everybody wants to know all the information. So we do piss off a lot of people that we don't release everything. But you know what? I think that's what keeps us clowning around. We release some information here and there. If you really follow us, you'll know. We have nothing to hide. You really need to know. I can really tell you. I could show you my receipts.
Yeah.
I can show you my tax filings. It is what it is. But I think for us, it's like a game at this point. It's like a cat and mouse game. That's it. We work with multiple different people. We work in different countries. That's it, man. That's it.
You must be doing something, right? We're still here.
That's it. You're still here, and the only thing I like to know about a cigar, I mean, I like to know the wrapper. That's all that. That's usually what I really don't care about anything else. Because I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I make my own cigars. But if you told me what the even the binder and all the fillers are, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what I'm going into that cigar like. No. But if you told me Connecticut broadleaf versus Mexican San Andreas versus Habano, I mean, I have an idea, in my head of what the cigar is kind of gonna, like the profile of the cigar, but like I said, even I don't give a fuck what's inside the cigar.
But Kev, even too, like we're going back to the whole blend thing. Like, dude, if you legitimately want to sit there and you want to pick apart the cigar and try to figure out what it is, bro, make that your week. Make that your month's passion. Cut the cigar open, cut 50 of them, buy them, cut them open. Whatever you want to do to make yourself feel better about it, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that at the end of the day. It's not an issue. But at the end of the day, bro, I don't know what people.
Shops where the shop owner cuts the cigar in half and goes through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I have. Like, what do you think? I'm filling it with short filler and cigarette butts. How you doing? It's tobacco. That's tobacco. That's a long filler.
No, listen, at the end of the day, you want to break down the cigar and you want to tell me and you know what it is. I'm not going to tell you no. If you tell me and you guess correctly, I'm going to tell you that you're right. I have no problem saying that to you. I just don't need to go and broadcast it to the world. Why do I need to do that? What benefit does it serve you and what benefit does it serve me at the end of the day? Oh, you're going to tell me I'm not going to buy a cigar because I know where it comes from or where it's made? Okay, then don't buy it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to beg you.
Yeah. Also, like you said, you work with a bunch of factories. You work, with a bunch of tobaccos. The one thing that is consistent is they're good cigars, great cigars.
That's right. And they all have our touch on them. That's what it is.
That's it. The stamp of approval. Like I said, you don't go into a high end restaurant and ask the chef what what's in your mashed potatoes. These are really good. And just fucking eat them. If you like them, eat them. Then come back and order some more. what are you going to go home? You know, like what am I'm like, oh, hey, I like this cigar. I'm going to go to leafonly.com and then I'm going to buy all the tobacco and I'll just make it myself, you know, because Ray told me what was in the cigar, you know, and yeah, it's, I don't know. It's nuts, you know, but that's the, that's it. That's what we live in now. Everybody wants to know everything about everything and think that they know everything about everything, you know, like the cigar nerds. They just, I don't know.
I'm still learning every day. That's all I can
every day.
Every day I learn. Every day I learn. Every conversation I pick something up. You know, I like to be a sponge. I listen to the old school guys. We were fortunate enough when we were starting. We had a bunch of old school cats in our ear telling us things and listen to them. You know, me and Ray had a great conversation one day with one of the Titans, and he told us about credit. You don't give credit to cigar shops. And he told us how he got beat, and he went to a cigar shop and took cigars off their shelf to get paid. You know, and this is a crazy. Him telling the story like, oh, this guy would do it. You know, and you're not going to say no. And you know, we learned. You know, that's it. Like you know, if you pay attention to the guys before us wanna help us, so we want to help the people coming next, because this is such a small industry, man. It really is, and 95% of the people in this industry want to help you succeed. Like, I don't care. Like, there's no competition. You sell cigars, we sell cigars. There's no competition. There's a million cigar smokers out there, man. We want you to succeed. We want to succeed. We want everybody to succeed, man. It's just, you know, maybe there's one person I don't want to succeed, but other than that, I want everybody to succeed.
Oh no, I got more than one.
Well,
Rushmore. Rushmore.
That's it. Well, that one guy that Joe's talking about, once he finds out who's making your cigars, he's the guy that goes in and, you know, like, hey, I like the cigar. Can you make a couple thousand for me? You know,
that door will never be open for him, for other people to deal with. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, you got to listen to the old timers, and there's a couple times I didn't listen to the old timers, and you know, just the other day, you know, I was thinking about something Abe told me years ago, and I told Jessica, I'm like, why the fuck didn't I listen to him? You know, about something, and it's just like, oh, that has saved me so much fucking headache.
Well, it's like Joe just said. Yeah, not to cut you off, Kevin. It's like Joe just said with the whole credit thing. It's like I automatically, when I heard that, it went to my head because I'm an old school hip hop '90s guy from New York. Fucking Biggie. Think a crackhead paying you back shit, forget it. Never mind. No credit, debt it. You think a crackhead paying you shit, no. Commandments.
Yeah, I don't do credit very much. A couple of really close friends, but other than that,
that's different.
You know,
that's different.
I hate fucking chasing my fucking money.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Yeah, man. There's no, you can't do it in this industry.
Because there's always someone who's that one person. Well, I say one person, but you have that person who goes, "Well, it's only $100."
Yeah.
I said, okay. What if it's 30 people, 40 people, 100 people, 150 people, where they all have the same mentality of it's only $100. It's only is the phrase that adds up.
Yeah.
Correct. You are correct.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I got to, you know, one lounge, you know, and it was for my lighter, not even on cigars, bleed tool, you know, it's chasing the money, and then they want to do a reorder, you know, and it's like, you know, you haven't paid me for the first time yet, you know, and you need more already, you know, it's just like, it was a friend, and I'm like, I need this, I need to pay both of them. You know, you got like 7 days, you know, and then a little irritated, you know, but within 7 days, and then I never heard from him again. You know, it's like, you know, I'm like, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. We had a shop who we did a lot of business with, who tried to put a big order in on credit and then went out of business. We didn't get the cigars never shipped because we have a strict no ship policy until they're paid, and literally 30 days later, the guy was out of business, made an announcement. And, you know, it hurt our hearts because he wanted to beat us at the end of the day. His whole intention was to beat us, you know.
Yeah, take all those cigars to his house, and then you know, sell them, and then and that's it. And like, hey, you know, I filed bankruptcy, I closed. You know, get in line.
Exactly.
You know, I'll pay you guys in 10 years or never. You know, because I know you guys. I know you guys aren't going to come after me for, you know, 5, 10, 15 grand. You know, you're not gonna hire a lawyer. You know,
exactly. It's going to cost us more money.
Yeah,
that's it. And people know that. You know, so yeah. No credit. You know, get the fuck out of here with that. I'll ship it when your check clears, or you know, the funds transfer went through.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I think we have maybe two shops, but we've been doing business a long time with them. Yeah. And they have unbelievable humidors. So if anything happens, I have no problem walking in and going, oh, I'll take this. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Put it on my tab.
That's it. And I'm taking this chair. I'm taking this chair and this table.
Let me see those sunglasses. I like those sunglasses, King.
Yeah, that's it.
And before I walk out, I'm knocking one of your nice fancy fucking ashtrays right off the table with the ashes in it and everything, right off. Just a flick. Just a flick as I go by, and that's what the deuce is up.
Good jerk reference, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm taking this chair.
Yeah, I'm taking this chair. You know, oh my god, I love that. So, oh man, I can't believe it's been over 2 hours. You know, we gotta stop making this like once every other year thing. You know, you guys.
Okay.
You know, so
we're lucky to come on with you guys, man. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you giving us the time. Always.
We talk over you guys a lot. I'm sorry. It's just
not at all. So, obviously go to, you know, the Cigar Clown's website. You know, like I said, like I said before, they got a retail finder. Put your zip code in. You know, and you know, you can find your local lounge near you. I know you guys, OGT, Oak Glen's backing us, Smoke In. I know the two of the ones that ship. You know, we've got a
Cigar Vault, Oakdale ships.
Two great cigars here, and how many core blends do you guys have now?
We have nine core blends between the two companies.
So
yeah,
all right.
And we're going to be expanding the Pagliacci line.
Okay,
so we're gonna be expanding that. It's
you like that blue? Wait till you see the color I got in mind for the next one.
Oh yeah.
So on to the next one.
Yeah, on to the next.
Nobody's using this color.
Oh, I like that. Very few are using the blue, so I can't wait to see what you guys got coming up.
Vomit.
That's my area.
Bio green.
Green. Lilac.
Lilac. Nobody's using lilac.
Band-Aid color. Nobody's using Band-Aid color, bro. Nobody.
Color.
Nobody. Nobody's using Band-Aid color.
I could say honestly, nobody's using that color, you know. But you know there'll be somebody, I used that color back like 15 years ago. There's always that guy.
They called it a different name though.
Yeah. Right.
It was the same thing. So all right, everybody. Thanks everybody for coming on, spending over 2 hours of your Monday night with you. We're definitely super appreciative to Ray, Joe for coming on. All their social media links are in the video description below, in the podcast description. If you're listening to this like next week, you can find them all on their socials. Head over to their website, check out the retail finder, find them near you. If you're a Cigar Clown smoker and you're part of the group and your local lounge doesn't stock them, ask them, why not? Send them a link to the show. There are a couple just like Kerr and I are just a couple of blue collar guys trying to share with our passion of the cigar industry. So none of us are getting rich, so just give them a share. And if you're smoking one of those cigars, we always say it, the literally the easiest thing you can do, social media, take a picture of the cigar, tag them in there. You never know how far that will reach when these all of the small mom and pops, that makes the biggest difference. Even if it just gets out to one person, it helps. 100%. So guys, thanks for coming on, spending some of your time with us, and we'll definitely see you next time around.
Yes,
Thank you for having us on. Appreciate you guys.
You're welcome. Hang out for 1 second.
Yes, sir.
let me end this. See.